I'm driving slowly because I have a trunk full of water buckets. I never drink the water that comes from the sewers. I don't know, the drinking waters that come from the kitchen sink, everything. I bring water from countryside. Why do I do this? Because there are several types of water that are from countryside that are really tasty, and when you drink them you want to just drink them a lot and a lot, and that means that your body is asking for more and more. And I have noticed that I never drink the water from the crane, from the sinks, and even if I do drink them, for example, if I make a tea from the local water supplies, the water is not that good. You drink like some bunch of chemicals with them. But anyway, I wanted to share, it's getting really hot. I wanted to share my experience with my understanding with channeling. There's a bunch of children right here going. My understanding with the difference between what kind of information is given from entities, beings, and higher frequency, higher plane understandings, perspectives, comparing to lower beings, entities, and their perspectives. Well, the most biggest difference is between higher frequency beings, you would say higher density beings, higher evolved beings, is that they just say, enjoy your life, enjoy your time, don't think about anything, just enjoy it, be with it, be you who you are, find that you who you truly are, be yourself, find yourself. And the difference between the lower frequency beings are that lower evolved beings, I would not say lower evolved beings in any way, it's like lower spiritually evolved beings, is that they are like, do this, do that. They are still looking for something. They are still trying to evolve to a certain technological point, evolve to some kind of a direction that they think that it's the direction that they need to evolve to. They have really a lot of their mind involved in this process also. And many beings which are not spiritually evolved and not also technologically evolved, they are like still evolving their consciousness, their own consciousness. They are trying to understand what it is all about, who is this all about. For example, the technologically advanced beings, they have really strong mind into it, and they are like going for a goal, they're going for a direction, they're going for a reason that they think it's the best, that they think they have to do it. But mainly these directions are being some kind of fear-based, idea-based, ideologically based through their mind. But the higher spiritual beings, they don't have any mind. They are like constantly on their highest frequency, on their highest energy, and they're constantly shining their true being's energy. Whether it's love, whether it's joy, whether it's happiness, whether it's some kind of a form of energy that they have found that is most comfortable for them. Meaning, for example, many beings who live many lifetimes, they are fed up with all these physical experiences, all these mind-made sufferings. They're willing to go somewhere, they're willing to achieve something. They're constantly on a treadmill. They're going somewhere, do there. And when a being or an entity gets fed up with this constant being, constant doing, constant of something, they get fed up and they just want to escape this reality, escape this tough, whatever, sacrifice, maybe not sacrifice, this painful, well, not painful, they just want to escape this reality. And then they realize that it's the mind that is driving them, it's the mind that is moving them, it's the mind that always giving them the road, the path, the mind that's always giving them, hey, start worrying, hey, stop feeling fears, hey, start doing this, hey, starting that. And they are fed up from being a slave to their mind. And that's why they decided to just transcend the mind, to let go of the mind, and understand the true core, the true nature of what is. And that is the true natural self of you, which is the natural self in which you feel heaven-like, in which you feel God-like, in which you feel like you are finally home, like you are finally home. And this is what most and many entities are, higher frequency entities, have come across, and they start to shine more and more and more and more and more and more love, more and more and more light, more and more everything, more and more everything. So for example, just by default, the difference between human understanding of religion and the entity understanding of religion. Well, I'll not say that humans basically have their own religion, but basically the mainstream religion is based on that you have to slave, you have to do, you have to do, you have to do. So this is the idea of put your mind to work. Evolve your mind, put your mind to work, put your mind to work. But for example, if a higher entity comes, a higher being comes, a higher frequency, you would say angel comes, he will just say to you, enjoy who you are with the maximum of what you are. He will never say, do this, go to a church, do that, do this, pray, chant some million mantras million times. No, he will just say, enjoy who you are, enjoy everything that is, enjoy everything that is. So that's why there are many times misunderstandings between when many say, for example, oh, I saw in my dreams, or oh, I hear some kind of angel speaking to me, and he says, do this, do that, do this, do that. Well, there are cases in which you receive impulse that, for example, you have to stop doing this, you have to stop doing that, for example. But still the main idea, the main message for the most of the population is that enjoy who you are, be who you are, understand who you are, and be the maximum of what you are as you can be. Find the true self who you are, and in that self you will realize the true nature who you are, and you will feel like God-like, you will feel like heaven is divine, you will feel all these pleasant energies, because then is the time that you will realize who you actually are, not in terms of who I think I am, but who you actually are. And in those frequencies, in those terms, you will start to shine your light, because there is no mind, no mind-made job that's blocking you from shining who you are. And this is the self-empowerment, this is the self-awareness, self-healing, self-awakening, that you navigate yourself in which you truly are, because everybody is different. There is no the same person, there is no the same soul, there is no the same, there isn't the same, there's always different. So for example, to be happy, you don't need to have like all the famous lifestyles and everything. You have to have the famous lifestyles in order for the organizations to achieve their own lifestyle, because they're putting up. But for you to be truly happy is to find that true self who you are. You don't guide your mind to grasp that, to get that, to achieve that. You use your heart, you use yourself to let that self tell you, maybe I'm more happier, maybe I'm more lucky, maybe I'm more fulfilled, maybe I'm 1,000 ways more happier if I live in the countryside, if I do this and do that. And you will feel your own guidance through feelings that is telling you what to do. And this is the difference between local mainstream religions that are giving the there's my mom coming. Mainstream religions that they are giving, like you have to do this, you have to do this, you have to do this, maybe 100 times more of this, maybe 100 times more of that, and like constantly you are doing something, and the mind is constantly working. But in order to achieve this state of true being, you have to start your inner feelings, your inner voice, your inner understanding, your inner heart, your inner sensations, your inner spiritual feelings to arise and tell you, hey, today I don't want to do this. I want to be more of myself. I totally feel that I need to do this. Now, what is up to entities that come and answer the questions? Now, this is another story. There are beings that are here to help. There are beings that are here to assist. And there are beings that are here to help us evolve spiritually. And there are many other types of beings, like aliens or something like this. But let's say it in easier words, there is no evil. No evil as such as humans know it. The only evil there is being imagined or being the same good thing turned around and pretended to look as evil, so we must avoid it and must pretend there's nothing in it. Don't even think about going there. So, what about the entities that are here to help and guide us? Well, basically, many entities are here, let's say, if it is truly a channeling, if it's truly information receiving, that these entities are here, if somebody has this connection, that the entities that come through are here to answer questions. Because if you have a question, that is your own willing to receive answer on this question. You have naturally evolved to a certain point where you have the interest of knowing what does it mean, knowing the answer to a specific type of a question that you have. No entity comes here to start telling you nonsense. Start doing this, it's because of this and that, and this and that, and this and that, and blah, blah, blah. No entity does this. Entities, always the beings, higher beings, always respect your true self, always respect your nature, always respect the unique that you are. And because of that, they don't come and tell you, hey, do this, do that, do this, do that. It's supposed to be like this, it's supposed to be like that. They always respect you, the true unique that you are, and therefore they do not answer, they do not tell in front many things. Many times what happens is that most of these questions are already prepared before, already understood before through the channeler, and then the entity comes and just picks up the questions from the channeler as if the channeler was asking these questions. And many times the entity will ask whether this is the thing you want to know. But if everybody is coming to a topic about certain channeling topic, like, I don't know, just the same question topic, then the entity is already known that all these people that are here, they came here to know the answer to this specific type of a question or a specific type of topic. Now, this is many cases, because I have channeled maybe 30 type of, oh no, not 30, much more beings, and maybe other friends who channel, they have channeled also many beings that they truly keep a respect of, and they always ask, what do you want to know? That's what they always ask, what do you want to know? And when you ask a question, it means that this is what you want to know. You have evolved yourself to ask this question. You are ready to ask this question. And just by asking this question, if it's formulated properly, it means also that you are giving a free will allowance to receive an answer to this question. And many times entities double check or, like, do you want it? Are you meaning this and that? Do we understood this question correctly, that you are asking this and that? And when the person says, yes, that's correct, okay, then they answer this question. So this is one thing. And and also, if you channel a past human who has been dead, sometimes they say, I'm not dead, I'm more alive than you are right now. So in terms of dead or alive, we would classify ourselves as more dead as the people who have passed away. And with channeling with humans, it's really easy because the humans, they understand what it is like to be a human, what it is like. If you speak to them, they understand easily what you are asking. But if you channel, for example, Enrico or his civilization, the civilization of golden light, yellow golden light, they have this they don't have any leak words. They say everything precise, exact. They don't have, their civilization don't have these leak words. And for example, if a human is asking, well, I wanted to know a question about my life and I don't know whether that is correct or that is right, he will say, speak up, get to the point, faster, 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 move it, move it. What's the point? What do you want interested in? Well, I was, yes, I was like thinking, you were thinking, wow, that's really interesting. And they are like so precise, so fast, and they don't use any leak words. And therefore, it is a little bit difficult for the humans to talk with them because the humans are always afraid to ask something, whether he will say anything against or something. And therefore, channeling with beings who are from higher dimensions and have never been humans, it's quite, you will find many, not disappointments, but many confusions, sometimes conflicts, because one time a person was asking, well, Enrico, but you were thinking that this and that, and he says, we were not thinking. Yes, but you were saying. He said, we didn't say anything. It's only what you have understood. He said, okay, what I have understood from you is that. He says, yes, is that, yes. And he says something, and then Rico says, oh, that is totally not what we thought. You see, humans, everybody understands information totally differently. So you have to use your inner feelings to understand this, not your mind that interferes, translates information from words directly. So the main thing about what is